Hey everyone, hello. I thought we would do a deep dive today into one of the longest running rivalries in modern hip hop, Cardi B versus Nicki Minaj. Two of the most successful women in hip hop history, two icons who broke barriers as female rappers, and two people who unfortunately have been locked in conflict since 2017. So let's rewind to 2017. That was the year that Cardi B's breakout single, Bodak Yellow, hit number one. And that was a huge moment for women in rap. But it also marked the start of comparisons between Cardi and Nicki. Nicki Minaj had already been dominating for nearly a decade, the reigning queen of rap. And then comes along Cardi, raw, authentic, loud, and loved by the people. What should have been a moment of unity between two powerful women in a male dominated industry instead turned into a competition. Rumors started flying, tweets, interviews, and subtle bars. Fans divided into Barb's and Barty gang. And then by 2018, things reached a boiling point at New York Fashion Week when the two had a physical altercation. Cardi famously threw a shoe, and photos circulated of her leaving with a knot on her forehead. That moment became viral, a symbol of how ugly things had gotten between them. So, why has the feud lasted so long? Their egos, of course. Both are alpha personalities who've fought hard to be where they are. There's also the fan pressure. Social media thrives on drama. Every like, every comment or lyric is dissected, and unfortunately it's weaponized. And in some ways, the internet keeps their feud alive because it drives engagement. Let's be honest, unfortunately, controversy sells. Every time one of them drops a diss, a tweet, or even likes a shady post, blogs light up, streams spike, and attention follows. But here's the thing, attention isn't healing. It's addictive, but it's not healthy. Constant public fighting, especially when it becomes personal, does more harm than it does good. It reinforces the stereotype that women in rap can't coexist, and it overshadows the art that they worked so hard to build. Let's talk about what this kind of constant conflict does to the soul. Both Cardi and Nicki have spoken publicly about mental health, also about anxiety, pressure, and the toxicity of social media. So imagine living under the spotlight, every single disagreement dissected, every word twisted. Over time, anger becomes armor, but armor, let's face it, it's heavy. When you carry resentment long enough, it doesn't just hurt the other person, it drains you. The healthiest thing either of them could do now isn't another clapback or a diss track. Honestly, it's therapy, forgiveness, and silence. Because healing isn't weakness, it's power. And now let's talk about what often gets overlooked, unfortunately, the children. Cardi has two kids and Nicki has a son. And they might be young now, but one day they're going to grow up and see the clips, the interviews, the tweets, even the times when their names or families were dragged into a beef. There have been moments when things have gotten really personal. Nicki's fans allegedly targeted Cardi's daughter online, and Cardi has accused Nicki of encouraging it. That's when a feud stops being entertainment and it becomes emotionally harmful. Children internalize what they see. Imagine your mother being constantly attacked or attacking others online. It sends the message that fighting equals strength, when in reality, forgiveness is the real strength. These kids are going to grow up in the digital age where everything lives forever, unfortunately. And those words, those insults, they'll be searchable, replayable, and impossible to erase. So, what can we change? First, both women, they do honestly deserve peace. It's okay to set boundaries, but it's also okay to walk away from toxicity, even if the world expects a show. Second, their teams, fans, and platforms need to stop feeding the fire. Instead of celebrating drama, they need to celebrate growth. Imagine the power if Cardi B and Nicki Minaj ever publicly made peace. That moment would break the internet, but for the right reasons. It would show a new generation of artists that women can compete and coexist. At the end of the day, Cardi B and Nicki Minaj are more than entertainers. They're mothers, they're creators, and they're human beings. Their feud might make headlines, but it doesn't have to define their legacies. Forgiveness doesn't erase what happened. It just frees you from carrying it. And maybe one day we'll see those two women finally get over it and let go of the past. Not for charts, not for fans, but for their own peace. And for their little ones who are watching every move that they make. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about their beef. If you liked today's video, help me out by hitting the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who believes in healing, not hate. All right, everyone, take care. Peace.